I'm not even surprised. I'm really not even surprised. I guess that's the perfect reason for me to. I don't know. Hey y'all, it's Arailyus. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable with this. I need to. I guess I could. Wow. I wait to see if anybody's going to join. I just got out of the shower, so I'm about to do my skincare. I have been using the Image brand products. Ooh, I'm trying to think. When did I start? It was probably like 2018. Between 2017 and 2018. I started getting facials. I got my first facial. And my skin used to be so bad until I started getting facials. My skin just started clearing up. And so these were the products, the Image brand products. These were the products that my esthetician used. And so even though I'm not going to that esthetician anymore, I still use their products. I tried using other products, and my skin is just, it likes what it likes. It's sensitive. I have a lot of allergies all of a sudden. Whew, welcome to the 40s, girl. Welcome to your 40s. So I have like all kind of allergies, so I'm not surprised that my skin is really sensitive. But I like watching Jeronica Macia. I love her. And she like swears by rose water. And so I tried it. And when I tell you, my skin broke out so bad. My face broke out so bad. Like, no ma'am. You cannot be trying all this different stuff. So I think I put everything on. I hope I did. That's my serum. That's my brightening. Well, the brightening serum. Supposed to be for my little dark marks where I wear my glasses. I don't have too many other dark marks. Like, my skin is not bad, but when I don't get a facial, like, I can tell a difference. The words are kind of marked off on here, but this is the vitamin C moisturizer. This is the anti-aging serum. And this is the sunscreen. And it has SPF 50. So that's why I like it. So, yeah, my skin likes these products. I have been using these products. Ooh, it would be a dream to work with them. Ooh, Image brand. Ooh, I would love to work with them because I really do like their products. They are pricey, but I like them. They work. So, oh my God, a spider. Oh my God. Okay. Well, it's already 9:30 and it's a work night. So let me go on and get started. But that's my little skincare routine. And you see, the skin is really pretty and moisturized and glowy. And No. And then my little gloss mint shine, my Victoria's Secret. Now y'all know what? I raved on this lip gloss in my other live, but do y'all know this lip gloss leaves like a white film, like residue, like around. I was like, I don't like that. But the shine that it gives is so pretty. And it's mint. It's really pretty. But okay, yeah. So in this video, I am going to be talking about Chat GPT, because that is who I use to help me with my videos. If you did not know, if you can tell by the title, I live with multiple mental disorders. So, I need something to help me organize everything that I have going on. So I have my little notes that me and Chat GPT came up with. So okay, so I'm supposed to start out by saying, that friend that's studying psychology, when you have a conversation with her and she says, don't take this the wrong way, but that's kind of how the conversation went. So I have a girlfriend who is in school to be a therapist, right? And we talked for a while. And so that's why I trust her opinion. She's known me for a very long time. She is studying to be psychology, and to be a therapist. She is studying psychology. That's what I was trying to say. And yeah, I researched and used Chat GPT as well, to research and find out on my own before, I just came out here with a video. But she told me, she was like, Arailyus, yeah, don't take this the wrong way, but it sounds like what you have is it's called schizotypical personality disorder. And I was like, wait, what? But then the more I learned, the more I was like, that sounds kind of familiar. Okay. So yeah, explain how this conversation sparked an interest in learning about different mental health conditions and how symptoms sometimes overlap. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we were just, talking, having a regular conversation. And, just from her observation of me and, again, she knows me and she's studying this. So, she was just like, because I don't know if y'all watched my other live when I was talking about mental health, but I did say that, I forgot the name of the test, but I did say there is a test that you can do. I want to say like 200 questions, and I'm pretty sure I said the questions are like really redundant. It sounds like they're asking the same question, just rewording it, and asking it different. But supposedly with this test, they ask you all these questions and they tally up your score, and they say, well, you scored kind of high in this part. You score, medium-ish here. You score high, definitely here, like in depression, anxiety, different things like that or whatever. And it goes, it's supposed to be like really, really deep, because it's supposed to go into your thinking and your perception. it's supposed to be a really, really in-depth test, right? And when I did that test the last time, that's when I was given the diagnosis of BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. But what my girlfriend told me, she was like, typically there isn't like a test for STPD. I just learned about this today, so I definitely have my notes. But she was saying like there's not necessarily like a test that you do for it, that you can test for it. She was like it mainly goes by like actual symptoms. Um, Let me see. Now, again, I need to say this. She is in school to be a therapist. I am not a mental health professional, anything like that. I'm a nerd. I study this and I research it because it's a part of me, and I really am trying to understand myself and in turn, try to help other people. So I'm not licensed. I'm just a regular person, but I said, who better to tell you about mental disorders than a person that lives with mental disorders, right? So yeah. Um so with mental health and mental disorders, I have to say that because there is a difference. Mental health and mental illness, there is a difference. But with mental health and a lot of mental disorders, a lot of the symptoms kind of overlap. A lot of the different mental disorders, some of the symptoms are the same. And because of that, that's how a lot of people can get misdiagnosed, because it's like, yeah, you got XYZ, you fit the criteria for this, but you also have ABC, and that's kind of sounding like this too. Um, and at the same time, yes, they study this. Yes, this is their profession, but they're still human. Everybody doesn't catch everything. So, like she also said, sometimes, they just want to give the patient something, even if they don't know everything, even if they feel like they need more further research, sometimes they just want to give them something, so at least giving them one diagnosis is better than not giving them anything. So, but yeah, I said it got me to thinking how many of us are walking around with symptoms that kind of blend between different things, like I said, BPD, bipolar disorder, and STPD. And I said, why don't we talk about it more? um, so define the conditions, break down each condition simply. What is STPD? Okay. So STPD is when your thinking is a little different. My notes use the word quirky. Maybe you're a little paranoid, but you're still aware of reality. It's on the schizophrenia spectrum, but you're not seeing or hearing things. And I know, like, when people hear the word spectrum, they think like autism, like mainly like with kids being on, wherever they are on the spectrum, depending on, your symptoms, or how intense your symptoms are, that determines where you are on the spectrum. So basically, the example it gave for STPD is you're on the dance, you're at the club, doing your little two-step, you get crunk, but you over here in the corner. You not like out in front of everybody where all the attention is on you. If that that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I get it. Yeah. It's like oh my god, that is so funny. My mind is so crazy. Um I want to say that, but I don't want to offend nobody, so I'm not gonna say that one. But I felt like it would have been a good example, but um, yeah, BPD, borderline personality disorder, is all about emotions, emotional roller coaster. Yeah. It's like being on a roller coaster. Super intense, super fast. 1 minute you're on cloud nine, and the next you're spiraling into an abyss. You might struggle with relationships and have a strong fear of abandonment. Now, that is me. I do have the diagnosis of BPD, borderline personality disorder, but some of the thinking of BPD, people also have that with STPD. Because as I was researching this, I was asking Chat GPT, like, you kind of understand, my thought process, like when I'm asking questions and stuff. So, based on what you know about me, do you think I fit into this category? And first it was like, well, let me reassure you, if you do fit this category, it's not like on the full spectrum. Because the thing about it, even though my thinking is really different, that's kind of one of the key things with STPD. It's like your thinking is different. Your perception is your reality, and it's like no matter how much evidence somebody tries to show you, your mind is just your mind. You know, um, but it said because I'm aware of everything, that's why I'm not into that full spectrum. But because my thinking is different and I have like these hard down beliefs, um that's why they feel like I would fit into that category, which makes a lot of sense though. I got off track, but I was also supposed to talk about bipolar disorder 1 and 2. So, bipolar disorder is all about mood swings. People, we always say, I live in Georgia, so we always say, oh, this bipolar weather, in Georgia. 1 minute it's hot, the next minute it's raining. The weather is all over the place. So, most people know bipolar, if nothing else, than to say, up, down, whatever. Um, the numbers represent the intensity. So initially, I was diagnosed with bipolar 2, which, even though it's a higher number, is the lower of the two. But as life has progressed and it's feeling real bipolar 1-ish. But yeah, and bipolar is where mania comes into play. That's where you hear about the manic episodes, like when you're hyper manic, like you're super high, you're wild, you feel like you are superwoman, you're on top of the world, you don't need that much sleep, you are just motivated, like you're just high without drugs, right? And the thing about mania is that I know with me, I used to didn't even notice I was going through mania until I crashed into a depression, which is pretty much how bipolar goes. Like you're up 1 minute and you're down the next. But everybody is different, but many last different amounts of times for different people. So, yeah. But my note says bipolar disorder is all about mood swings, but different intensities. Bipolar 1 has extreme manic episodes, like I was saying, that's the worst of the two. And okay, it says think staying up for days, wild ideas, feeling invincible. Hypersexuality is a part of it. Excessive spending, binging, gambling, like all that kind of stuff. Like when people go through mania, like they do all that kind of stuff. Bipolar 2 is more about the hypomanic episodes. It says still a high, but not as extreme. Um, Both types have lows with depression. So back in the day, probably when I first got diagnosed with bipolar 2 did fit the mold of how I was feeling, but life has been lifing. Life has been lifing. So that bipolar 2, I promise, it's feeling more like bipolar 1 every day. I already said this, but it says explain how some symptoms can overlap between these conditions. Make this relatable by linking it to real life examples. Yeah, I did that. Oh, okay. Paranoia and anxiety. So these are some of the overlapping symptoms. Paranoia can show up in STPD and BPD. Like, wait, are they really out to get me? It's also common to get anxious, worrying if people are judging you or if something's not quite right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like I said, honesty is the first step. Acceptance and acknowledgement is the first step in getting help. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um. Okay. Then I said mood swings. Now with bipolar and BPD, you can have major mood swings. The difference is that with bipolar, you go from highs to lows over a longer period of time, like maybe 6 months, 6 month time period, or 3 month time period. Some people go longer, some people go quicker. Again, when it comes to everything, every single person is different. Most people with these mental disorders, they do have the same symptoms, but everybody is different. Everything affects everybody different. So again, these are just typical overall, right? Um, yeah, I said with bipolar disorder and BPD, you can have major mood swings. The difference with bipolar, you go from manic highs to depressive lows over a longer period of time, like I just said, while BPD's mood swings can happen in the span of a few hours, like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. Impulsive behavior. BPD and bipolar share impulsivity, making decisions on a whim, not thinking shit through. Like in my case, um, shopping sprees, quitting your job, sending that text to your ex. um, STPD might also make you act on unusual beliefs. like trying to connect dots that no one else sees. I am laughing, but yeah, I swear, I'm like, ooh. Ah. This one right here, right? Social isolation or awkwardness. I literally consider myself a socially awkward creative. I'm just saying. Feeling like you don't quite fit in. That shows up in STPD with eccentric behavior, erratic behavior, different, strange behavior. But also, this can also happen in bipolar and BPD when you're in a low phase and you push people away. So I'm just saying, y'all, this is, I'm just being honest. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is me. This is me. Personal connection. Share personal examples. Talk about how you've seen elements of these conditions in your own experiences. I've been there where I'm thinking, is something going on behind my back? Or why am I feeling everything so intensely? Y'all don't laugh at me, but I have this strong, strong, strong belief that I have been hacked. I'm so serious. I am so, so, so serious. And it's funny because that was kind of the thing, the nail in the coffin that made my girlfriend say that. Because she was telling me, like, when she was going through her clinicals, you know, she had to see patients or whatever. And she told me that a patient, like, actually told her that, like, you know, a patient was like, I think somebody watching me. They hacked into my internet, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What did I say? Oh yeah, and I talked to Chat GPT. I can also go from hyper focus on a project to all of a sudden feeling the need to just disappear. It says acknowledge how these overlaps can cause confusion and make it clear that this is common. So yeah, it could definitely make things seem confusing. The thing about it, the reason why, and it's not like that I'm looking for something, but at the same time I am. I'm being honest. I am looking for something. I have studied, you know, I know there's so much out there and there's so much I don't know, but I have studied BPD. I have studied bipolar disorder. You know, I've studied anxiety, and I personally always felt like it was more. And I personally asked my psychiatrist, was it schizophrenia? But they always say, do you see anything? No. Do you hear anything that other people, you know, that other people don't hear or see? And I'm like, no. They're like, those are like the two main, you know, symptoms. But I will tell y'all a little funny story now. It's a funny little story. This one time, You know how people be talking about. I was new to edibles, right? I'm gonna just put it like that. I was new to edibles, right? So you know how people be like, you eat it and you be like, I don't feel nothing, right? So you be like, okay, I'm gonna eat some more, right? Look, when I tell y'all, I was freaking out. I was paranoid. My mom passed away years ago, y'all, and I swear to God, my mama was trying to talk to me. Like, I promise. I know it sounds so crazy, but look, that edible. Woo! I know people have said other weirder stories about edibles. I'm just saying, I just know I was flipping out. I felt like I was hallucinating. I felt like somebody was after me. It's funny now. I can definitely laugh about it now, but I'm telling y'all, when it happened, like the day that it happened, I was so scared. I was so scared. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, we were living in Florida. South Florida now. South Florida. Um my son was like, let's just go for a ride, get you out the house, see if that calms you down. Y'all, I'm in the back seat. Why am I talking about, why are there mountains over there? I was tripping. I was really tripping. And then all of a sudden, like, I felt like somebody through the radio started talking to me, and I'm asking my boys, like, y'all hear that? And they're like, no, Mom, we don't hear nothing, right? I promise. It's funny now. It's funny now, but at the time, that shit was not funny at all. It was not funny at all, but. So that's why I feel like, that's why I always felt like it was more than just BPD, anxiety, depression, bipolar. I always felt like it was a little bit more. And again, it's not like I'm just like grasping at straws, but I'm telling y'all, like, this is me. This is me. Like, my thought process is crazy. What did I say? It's wild how these symptoms can mix, and it makes you wonder, am I just anxious or is something deeper going on? Um, excuse me. The next thing is breaking down the myths. So it says, talk about common misunderstandings, explain how the lines between those conditions can blur, and people often assume the worst. Yeah, that definitely went right with what I said. When people hear schizophrenia, like, they just be like, oh my God. And I mean, I feel that way. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like all the mental disorders are bad, but I do feel like schizophrenia is the worst. I really do. But at the same time, like, just because it's something that scares you or you're afraid of, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And yes, I will follow up with my therapist and my psychiatrist again, but this, it just sounds a lot like me. And I mean, I don't know. I said I always, reference Donny Hathaway, you know, with his life or whatever, but I don't know. But I said, yeah, people hear schizophrenia or bipolar and automatically jump to levels of extreme. Thinking that it means you're seeing things or acting out weird, acting crazy. I mean, I have a lot of stories, y'all. I got some stories. um, yeah, people hear schizophrenia or bipolar and automatically jump to extremes, thinking it means you're hearing, seeing things, or just acting crazy. But I said a lot of us have milder symptoms that still affect our daily lives. And no, it doesn't mean you're crazy. Oh, if that don't make you crazy, what does? We're trying to be positive over here. Accepted, what's the word? Positive, but relatable. That's the word. We're trying to be relatable, and um, encourage normalizing these conversations. Mental health is complex, and people may fit into multiple categories. It's not about fitting perfectly into one box. You can have traits from different disorders without being one specific diagnosis, and that's okay. Again, so you can be on the spectrum and just, you're not paranoid schizophrenic, but maybe you got someone to thinking. Um, to be honest, this wouldn't be too far fetched. To be honest, because I mean he'll never know, but I have a brother that has schizoaffective disorder, and so with the difference in schizoaffective disorder and how do I pronounce it again? I don't want to say it wrong. STPD is that with schizoaffective disorder, you do have a diagnosis of schizophrenia, but you also have something like bipolar disorder or BPD, anxiety. So it's like schizophrenia and something else. And that's very, very, very common. As y'all see, I have a bipolar diagnosis, but I also have a BPD diagnosis. So I can have multiple, you can have multiple, but yeah, they just kind of group it together when schizophrenia is like the main thing. um let's see what else, where was I? And again, yeah, don't take my word for this. I am just telling y'all, sharing what I learned. Do your own research, talk to your mental health providers, on your, you know, about your specific situation. But yeah. What did I say? Emphasize the importance of awareness and working with a professional to figure it all out. Again, there are a lot of things we don't want to hear, but sometimes at the end of the day, it is what it is. But the God that I serve, regardless of what diagnosis I may have now, I may get in the future, like the God I serve, he's still good regardless. And the thing that I've learned about mental disorders is that they don't define who you are. They're just something, a part of you, maybe a big part of you, but it doesn't define you. So yeah, it's just like other people. A perfect example is like a amputee, right? you know they may not have legs or whatever, but they still have a regular life. They still live life. Not having limbs is just a part of their life, but they still live a life. A lot of amputees still live great, amazing lives. um I personally know a girl at the physical therapy place where I go, and she is a double amputee, and her story is so inspirational. But she talks to me about her symptoms and all this or whatever. But that girl, she's funny, she cracks jokes, she still lives her life despite having those disadvantages or those disabilities, whatever. And that's the whole thing about life. Like, when we hear these things, yeah, they're scary. Nobody wants to think about, oh my God, I have this thing that I can probably never get rid of. It's always going to be there, but you can still live great lives. You can still be amazing. You can still fulfill your dreams. I mean, I went to college. I hold a job. I bought a house. Like, I live a regular life. My thinking is different, but I still live a regular life for the most part. And I wish that people would understand that. I talk shit. Yes, I do. I talk shit, and I say things like, people call me crazy, but it's like, so I'm so for real. Like, y'all act like I'm in denial. Y'all are the ones in denial, not me. So I have nothing to be embarrassed of, but I mean, to each his own. Everybody is not comfortable talking about mental illness, mental health. I get it. But until more people start coming out talking about it, it's never gonna go away. Imagine, imagine living with mental disorders and you never talk about it, and then you have kids, and now your kids have mental disorders, and they don't know what's going on, and they can't understand what's going on, and because you don't talk about it or you don't acknowledge it, you don't know how to handle it either. Generational curses, that I feel like that's how generational curses are born and how they continue, because we don't talk about things. We, especially us, we love to push things under the rug. We love to act like things are not really happening when they really are. And look where it's gotten us. I don't know. Let me stop preaching. What else did I say? The more I've learned, the more I realize knowing where you fit on the spectrum is key. So again, that's when you have to talk to your mental health provider. But whether you resonate with BPD, borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, 2 or 1, 2 is the lesser one, 1 is the hey girl. Or STPD. It's worth exploring with someone who can help you understand it better. Therapy is not just for people who are really sick. It's for anyone that's trying to understand themselves. So, I'm supposed to wrap it up with a final thought. But it was something else I wanted to say to, oh shoot, it may not be on here. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry, y'all. 1 second. I probably did say this though. So, oh Lord. Okay. So STPD um aligns with, this is what me and Chat GPT were talking about while we were researching. This is like a collaboration. One day I'm gonna say for real, this video is sponsored by Chat GPT. I'm gonna speak that into existence. But yeah. Thumbs up if you know, if you use Chat GPT, if you know what I'm talking about. Um but yeah. It was saying that STPD definitely aligns with the traits of what I described in myself. And it said, especially when it comes to feeling like something may be off, like the hacking suspicion, but still maintaining awareness and insight into my thoughts. So, yeah. STPD is a unique space where people can feel like they don't quite fit into the typical modes of thinking or social interaction, but aren't experiencing the full disconnection from reality like with schizophrenia. It's more about unusual perceptions or beliefs without the major psychological breaks. So yeah, I wanted to definitely add that part. So let me go back down to my ending. Oh, we've been talking for 47 minutes. I'm almost done, y'all. Yeah, wrap up with a positive message. So I'm supposed to let you know that, again, it's okay to feel like you don't fully fit in with other people, or that, maybe you have overlapping symptoms. Maybe you have symptoms of, like I said, multiple mental disorders, whatever. But at the end of the day, being a little different is what makes us unique. That's what my name means, unique. Arailyus means unique. Whether you've got quirks from STPD, emotional highs and lows from bipolar disorder, or intense feelings from BPD, it's all a part of what makes you you. So, I want to encourage you to think about your own experiences. And if you feel so, share how you feel, what you think about what I have said. Do you maybe have some of these symptoms? I mean, I know some people, everybody's not gonna, reply to that. I get it, but it's just something to think about. Something to think about. They said when you make YouTube videos, you need to be trying to help somebody or solve a problem, So because I'm a nerd and I love mental health, I like to make mental health content because I want to help people. I want to help people. So yeah. Um yeah, I said, have you ever felt like you're bouncing between emotions or thoughts? Drop a comment below. Let's have a conversation. Um Remember, you don't have to fit into one box. And being a little extra is where the magic happens. So stay weird, stay wonderful, and take care of your mind. It is your greatest superpower. So, yeah, those were all the notes that I had talking about, Schizotypical personality disorder. Have you ever heard of this? Again, today was my first time hearing about it, but he definitely sounds like me, so I don't know. I am going to go because I do have work in the morning. Yes, I work from home, but I still got work in the morning. I still got to get up. So I am about to, yeah, go lay down. Y'all like my hair? I did this style on the last live. I think that was the last live where I did this style. These are my cute little 2-strand twists. I really, really like them. This is my attempt at a protective style. Because yeah, if you did not see that last live, I lost a lock in the back. Where is she? She's still right here. And she was long too. Look how long she was. Oh my God. And she was still curly. So yeah, this is my attempt at a protective style. So, but yeah, I am gonna go. This is fun. I'm feeling more comfortable, going live. I mean, making videos is nothing, but going live is like, oh my God, what if I make a mistake? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I got something in the background nobody needs to see? You think about all these crazy things when you're going live, but I don't know. My lives are like getting views, so I'm gonna keep doing them. But I'm not just gonna stay here and chat. I am going to go. If you like these kind of videos, if you like mental health content, I also make fashion content, natural hair content. I'm on a fitness journey, spiritual journey, best version of me journey, Um, yes, live with a lot of these mental disorders that I talked about, and in the past it has definitely, affected my life, like from the time I was a child up until now. Um the personality that I have now that I show people, to be honest, this has always been my true personality. But with BPD or with STPD, I had this belief that if I ever showed my true personality, like that people wouldn't like me. So I tried to be somebody different, which made me even more weirder, which in turn made people still not like me because I was afraid to be myself. So luckily, some people it never happens for them, but luckily I found my voice. It may have taken 43 years, but I finally found my voice. So prepare to see a lot more of me in my true form, my true personality. Socially awkward creative. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, if you enjoy, you don't have to put a comment, but uh, leave a heart, the little heart emoji thingy, just so I know you watched. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. Bye.